All right. 2 more to go. Yankees, Athletics, 10:07 Oakland. The Yankees are minus 135, totals at 10. We saw a 10-cent move toward the Yankees and movement upward on the total. New York open $1.25, up to minus 135. Total open 9.5, up to 10 flat. 64% are leaning New York, 66% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Athletics are plus 125 on the money line. The Yankees plus $1.20 on the run line. We have Domingo Germán for the Yankees, Homer Bailey for the A's. Bailey comes into this game with a 5.22 ERA. Meanwhile, on the other side, Domingo Germán has been outstanding this year. He's 16-2 on the year, 3.96 ERA, 124 strikeouts. The Yankees ranked first in scoring, second in road hits. Oakland on the other side, they're just 20th in hits and 27th in striking batters out. Now, total-wise, the Yankees are 42-15 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean New York Yankees minus $1.35. And the over 10 runs in that game. And we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for this show. It is going to be Dodgers, Blue Jays, 10-10 Los Angeles. The Dodgers are minus 310, totals 8.5. We saw a 15-cent move toward Los Angeles and movement downward on the total. LA open 295, up to 310. Total open 9, down to 8.5. 72% are leaning Los Angeles, 59% shaded toward the over. Right now, Toronto's plus 280 on the money line. The Dodgers minus $1.45 on the run line. We have Sean Reed-Foley for the Blue Jays, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. Kershaw is 12-2 with a 2.63 ERA and 141 strikeouts. Dodgers, arguably the best team in baseball. Toronto, one of the worst teams in baseball. I'm not going to get too in-depth in this one. I'm leaning Dodgers minus 1.5 in the over 8.5 runs in that game. Let's go ahead and do our recap brought to you by myself at patreon.com/BrockPage. We have Toronto at the Dodgers. I'm leaning Dodgers minus 1.5 and the over 8.5 in that one. We have the Yankees at the Athletics. I'm leaning Yankees minus 135 and the over 10 runs. We have the Rockies at the Diamondbacks. I'm leaning D-backs minus 140 and the under 10 runs. We have the Tigers at the Astros. I'm leaning Tigers plus 1.5 and the over 9 runs. We have the Cubbies hosting the Giants. I'm leaning Chicago minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 runs in that game. We have the Angels taking on the Rangers, game 2 of a doubleheader. That's an 8:05 start. I'm leaning Angels minus 125 and the over 12 runs in game 2. We have the Brewers taking on the Cards. I'm leaning Cardinals minus 105 and the under 10 runs. We have the Marlins at the Braves. I'm leaning Miami plus 1.5 and the under 9.5 runs in that game. We have the Mariners at the Rays. I'm leaning Tampa Bay minus 190 and the over 8.5 in that one. We have the Padres at the Reds. I'm leaning San Diego plus 1.5 and the over 8.5 in that one. We have the Phillies at the Red Sox. I'm leaning Boston plus 102, catching plus money at home, and the under 11 runs in that one. We have the Indians at the Mets. I'm leaning New York Mets plus 1.5 and the over 8.5 in that one. We have the Nationals at the Pirates. I'm leaning Nats minus 155 and the over 8.5 in that one. We have the Royals at the Orioles. I'm leaning Kansas City plus 105 and the over 9.5. And last but certainly not least, we have game 1 of the doubleheader. Angels taking on the Rangers in Texas. I'm leaning Angels minus 140 and the over 11.5 in that game. And we're going to go ahead and get into some shout-outs brought to you by myself, once again, Brock Page at patreon.com/BrockPage. Got to give a shout out to my good friend, Stephen Lewis. Hey, let's give a shout out to, once again, Matt Reinert, who is requesting the picks through a third party. He said, text Brock and see if he is posting today and tell him good work with the Tigers last night. He's hooked to you. That's what's up. Got to respect it. Matt Reinert. Here we go now. All right, next shout out, Jason Peters. I can't believe that the Philadelphia Eagles offensive tackle follows us right here on Brock Page Productions. It's great. Jason Peters, shout out to you who predicted the Royals win yesterday. Congratulations on that win. Good job. Next shout out, straight to the point, Alan Watson Toronto Raptors, congratulations on your championship this year. Toronto Raptors. Got to give a shout out to Mike Butler, who, hey man, Mike has been giving me the business for months now, and he is still on top of me, watches me every day, but he is very critical. He gives credit where it's due and criticism where it's due. And of course, in my case, I get nothing but criticism. Shout out to Justin Caballero. Justin Caballero. I don't know. Justin Caballero. There we go. We'll just say it like an English-speaking person. Justin Caballero. Shout out to Chuck Pinter, Norwal Music, Chris Diaz, Carissa Conejo, Get a King, Mike Wilkerson, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my man, Chris Smith. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, I got to remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We went 4-0 yesterday. 4 premium plays, 4 games that I had action on yesterday, and I bet online. I won't tell you who they are because they haven't become an affiliate with me yet. The dumbasses. Take a look at my application. I could be making you tens of dollars. But anyway, we had a lot of action yesterday. 4 games, 4 premium plays, and we perfect 4-0 yesterday on Patreon. Patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. You can access that content right now. Anyway, most importantly, I got to give you a big thank you.